Well, hello everybody. It is Thursday, June the 6th, 2024, and I am coming to you from the southeast section of Virginia. We may end up getting some rumbles of thunder during this video, but hopefully not. You may also hear my dog Jack panting. He is having a good time in here with me. So I've got a couple things that I want to mention to you. The first one is Stampin' Up! Has decided to take 10% off selected bundles, and that is from June 5th, so Tuesday through, yesterday, so Wednesday through June the 30th. Here's how you can reach me, or you can scan this QR code. I don't know if you can see that real well to where you can scan it, but you can reach out to me and I'll be glad. I'm also going to post this on my Facebook page, Crafty and Creeds, but you can get 10% off your bundles. Also, the die cutting machines are 10% off as well. So now's a great time to get a new one if you need one. Just a couple of well, that's just one thing there. Tonight we're going to be making a Z-fold card. I think a lot of people have made these before. It's nothing new, but this was my first attempt at one, and we're using Cheerful Daisies and making a Z-fold card. So that's what we've got today. The stamp set that we're going to use is right here in, hope you can see this okay. It's right here on page 75 of the annual catalog, the 24 to 25 annual catalog. If you need one, let me know. I'll be glad to ship one out to you. Or I can meet you, we can have coffee, and I can give you one. Or I can just run by and throw it in your yard, whatever you need. But we're going to be using this Cheerful Daisies stamp set, and here's the stamp set. It's in our annual catalog, and it does have some dies with it. It is not included in the bundle sale, but there are some other ones that are fantastic that are in that sale. There's the Cheerful Daisies, You Made My Day, Oops-a-Daisy, So Sorry, Wishing You the Brightest Birthday, Your Friendship Means Everything. So I don't think I quite finished this one. I think I was supposed to put a little popped up sentiment here, but I guess I didn't get to it. Your Friendship Means Everything is what I put on the inside, and that's a little something to make somebody's day happy. So inside here we have just a bunch of dies, all kinds of dies that go with our stamp sets. And these are the photopolymer stamps. I just love them. I think that they're so easy to work with. I love that they're clear, they're easy to stick on the blocks and to line up. And we're going to do some two-step stamping with this. So that'll be fun. Tonight we're going to use Peach Pie, one of our new in colors. And then we're going to use, for our DSP, we're going to use this set, which we've used before. This is the Unbounded Beauty, and it is in the annual catalog. It's part of another suite, but we're going to go ahead and use that because I just love the peach pie paper. Here is the side that we're going to use. The other side has this beautiful Shy Shamrock or Summertime Splash, and it's got the Petunia Pop on it. But like I said, tonight we're gonna stick with our peaches. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to get your cardstock, your colored cardstock that you want to create with, and we're going to make this. This is going to be 11 inches long, 11 inches tall, and it's going to be 4.5 this way. So 4.5 by 11. You're going to score it at 2 3/4 and then at 5.5. And we're going to go ahead and fold it over. Take our bone folder and get that good brandish on there. And then we're going to take this other part and fold it back like that. And then we're going to brandish that. And then that's the way it's going to open. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to cut a piece of the DSP. We are going to cut this at 4 1/8 by 2 5/8. I'm not a big fan of the 8ths, but this is what's needed for this. 4 1/8 and 2 5/8. I really should have cut 2 of those because that's going to go on here, and when you open it, we should have one over here. So I can cut out another one real quick. And here's Jack, if you can't hear him. He's over here panting. He's an old fella. He's about 13 years old or 14 years old, and he's a black lab. He just laid down. That's what that groaning was. Guess he's tired of me talking about him. I'm going to go ahead and cut out another one of these. So I'm going to go with the 4 1/8 this way, and 2 5/8. And don't laugh, but here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 5/8. The fearless leader, Colleen Magnus, she is a drafter by nature, so she doesn't need to count when she doesn't need to speak out loud when she's counting off these 8ths, but I definitely do. And if you get me into a 16th, that's a whole new world for me. But anyway, we're going to take our adhesive and add to the backs of these. I just love the Stampin' Seal. I love the way that it fuses. It's just a quick, when it's on, so you can't move it. If you wanted to move, if you wanted to make sure that you've got it lined up right, there's the Tombow liquid glue that you can use. And that has a little more play in it. But we're just going to go ahead and put a little bit, and only a little bit is needed. These are, like I said, it's a pretty good stick. So we're going to go ahead and center that first piece, and we're going to, that's Jack, by the way. He's rubbing his face on the, I think I'm going to have this one go this way. Rubbing his face on the carpet. I guess it feels good. He just came in from outside. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our inside piece, and again, that's 5 1/4 by 4, 5 1/4 by 4, and it's gonna go this way. And then on the inside is where I put the sentiment. The other card that I made is "Your friendship means everything." So I'm just going to, well, you know what? I'm actually going to do "Wishing you the brightest of birthdays." I'm going to go ahead and grab that one because I do need a birthday card. My niece, Kendall, she has a birthday on Flag Day. So we'll go ahead and make this for her. And what I'm going to use for the coloring here, I'm going to use Berry Burst. This is out of one of the color collections. I'm going to use the Berry Burst because that is the color I'm going to use for the flower. So I'm going to stamp the words in the same color as the flower. Go ahead and dab it down. And then I'm just going to come in here. Ugh. See that big mess? So I'm going to flip it over. Kind of see if I can't get that off. It looks like a smear of some sort. Maybe a big blob. Stampin' Up! Has these pads that you can keep wet. I've only got a little wetness over here, but you keep it wet, and you can clean your ink from your stamps pretty quickly. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Get that blob kind of off of there, and you can also use baby wipes to clean them. I think sometimes that leaves a little bit of a residue, and when all else fails, you just use your hand. And now I'm going to stamp down on it and make sure that I don't have anything else on there. And I'm going to stamp on that to make sure that it does it nice and clear. So there's our wishing you the brightest birthday. So that came out a lot nicer than the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and close this up because I am notorious for putting the stamps in the wrong ink pad. And let's go ahead and add this. And nobody's going to see the big mess up on the other side. Of course, if Kendall watches my video, she might. I'll tell you what, she is just the coolest thing. She graduated high school and she is taking the world by storm. I guess she graduated last year, so she's been out this year. She was in a pretty bad car accident earlier a couple months ago, and she's still in a back brace. She kind of fractured her back in 2 spots and has a little bit of scarring on her face, but I tell you what, she's still just as beautiful inside and out as she always was. So there's our wishing you the brightest birthday. And now we're going to take our other pieces. We've got a cardstock, the peach pie again, and it's a 3x3. And to that, we're going to add a piece of white. Now this is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And this is where we're going to stamp our image of the daisy, the cheerful daisy. There's Jack, he's scratching himself, so he's having fun. So we're gonna, this is our 2-set stamping. So this one is gonna go on after we put on our first layer. The first layer is just going to be, let me see, where do I want what I'm trying to do is angle this so that that's kind of in the center right there. So that's how I want my flower to display. So let's get out our berry burst. We're going to ink that up. And I may have done that the wrong way, in which case we will either turn it over or cut another piece. But here's the top part. You know what, I really needed to stamp off on that. So this is just a learning. Hey, you never know. When you create, you get all kinds of stuff going on. So I'm going to stamp off on that. And you'll see why I'm going to do that here in just a minute. And I'm going to put that one there. And now I'm going to come in with the detailed ones. And that's going to be full strength as opposed to stamped off. These line up beautifully. And there we go. So there we've got our outline. So those line up pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and close the berry burst stamp pad, and I am going to take out we're going to use crushed curry. I like crushed curry and berry burst together, and this time what we're going to use that for is we're going to go ahead and get our dot centered put in there. So we're going to use the crushed curry, and I'm going to use it full strength. So we're just going to go in with that. Oops. We're going to go in with that one right there. I'm going to close up the crushed curry. And now I'm going to do a leaf, and I'm going to use garden green for that. I was thinking about doing mossy meadow because I like all those colors together, but I think I want a little more of a pop on the leaf than what the mossy meadow will provide. So I've got our little leaf on here, and I am gonna stamp off because it's quite bright. So I'm gonna stamp off once. And I'm going to do a second leaf. And there we go. So there we have the front of our Cheerful Daisies set. So we're going to go ahead and put this on our 3x3 cardstock. We're going to get that in the center there. And then this, you want to just put adhesive on this part of it because it's going to go down over here, and you don't want it, if it's over here, you don't want it to stick to the inside of the card. So we're going to put some adhesive right there. So there's our card. Cheerful Daisy, wishing you the brightest birthday. I've also got some, I also have the rhinestone basic jewels that Stampin' Up! Sells. And I'm going to use the take your pick tool. And I'm going to put a couple of these on. One right there. And maybe one right there. And you want to always do it in odd numbers. So went ahead and added that. Now, I've got a question. Do you think I should go ahead and add a tag of something here? Maybe some of the other words. Well, we've got the wishing you the brightest birthday inside. I don't think so. I wonder what it would look like though if we put a little leaf or something up here. But I actually think I'm going to leave it like this. You can play with it, do whatever you want. Whatever you do, make sure you do something creative today. Here's the Z-fold card. This is how you can get in touch with me if you need to. Again, I'd be glad to get you a Stampin' Up! Annual catalog, but I do have a website. I have the YouTube channel that you're watching me on. I also have an email, and here is my telephone number. If you want to text me, I'll be glad to help you out if you have any questions. And I also have an Instagram. Crafty and Creeds with Lisa is my Instagram. I've got to update this, but I'm new to it. I'm not very good with technology, but I'm trying. Here's today's card. I hope you all enjoyed it and you have a great week. Take care.